Well, hello, Tustin Longevity Center. This is Dr. Ella Thorpe. This is our TLC Health Freedom Tribe where we meet twice a week, Monday on 6 o'clock at night, and then Fridays in the morning at 9:30. This is done to have a general topical question answer in our live chat. If you're on YouTube, you can go and type in a question on your right-hand side and ask anything you like. We are a functional integrative medical practice, and we have seven healthcare providers here, which are involved in caring for a wide variety of patients and types of situations. We do this live stream twice a week just to try and give generalized answers to questions patients have. This is not meant to be personal medical care through the YouTube, but rather educational. So if you have any questions, you can type them into the chat. We do this for a half an hour on Friday mornings. And at the bottom of the YouTube page, you'll see down in the bottom here, there'll be a link. So sometimes you can type in a question in case you can't make it during the live. And we'll have that for Monday night, and I'll have a bunch of emailed questions in, and we'll do our best to try and give you how we would approach this. I'm happy to announce I'm a grandmother again. I've been promoted to grandma, and the fourth little boy is born to my son and daughter-in-law. He was born at home, wonderful home delivery, and mother and baby are doing very, very well. And this is 2 days now. And so we're just thrilled to see new life start again. So I don't see any questions right at the beginning yet. So what we'll do, since I don't have any emails, we'll see if anything is typed in. We'll talk about our newest edition, which is Dr. Johnston. Dr. Johnston is a man who is trained in the East Coast in naturopathic medicine. He's a healthcare provider that we just added in, and he's very familiar with the functional integrative medicine and is going to be working. He enjoys certain things, specialties for him. He's very interested in joint ozone cryotherapy injections, and he's hoping to start that up here. He works with group visits so that we might be able to develop that to help facilitate, because we have such a high demand for many people to be seen. He does all the integrative general medical, male, female, medical management issues of all ages, and hopefully you'll be seeing him here soon. Right now, we are just integrating him in. He's getting his time sitting with each doctor here to kind of learn about the scope of our practice. And we're very excited to see him. And of course, we have Dr. Habermel. She is, I think, triple boarded. She's boarded in OBGYN. She's She is boarded in addiction care specialties. And I forget what the third is. I think she's got her MBA as well. So very, very wonderful lady. So the seven of us are here to help you. Looks like questions are coming in. So the first question is from Pierre. Congratulations, Grandma. So happy. It was a home birth. Yes, we praise God for the health and the blessedness of having it at home, where the children can see the cycle of life and the majesty of the human birth is so amazing. Thank you, Pierre. Rosita says, I know this is more dental related, but I read once that a root canal doesn't actually kill infections and causes more harm. What are your thoughts on this? Yes, Rosita, the dentin of your teeth have many, many, many little caverns, you might say. And so when they drill down the shaft to try and pull out all the infected or decayed area and clean it out, and before they fill in with the little rods or whatever they put in there, They try and disinfect it and so forth, but indeed it is understood that these little caverns all throughout your teeth in the formation of the bone can harbor viruses and other things. So the argument in the what they call it, biological dentistry, dentists who really try to avoid root canals and so forth, they argue that there is no sterile root canal performed. And you have the risk of having a low-grade infection, inflammation in your body. This could be picked up by your immune system, the kind of shedding off of these virins and cell wall-less bacterium that tend to accumulate there, can create inflammation, cardiovascular inflammation. So it is with the last resort, if to try and save a tooth, to put in a root canal. The argument also applies somewhat to dental implants. They are a newer process. So you're right, Rosita. So take care of your teeth now. We use our Johnston Silver. We take a sip of this, or I do, and I recommend it to all my patients. After you brush your teeth, and don't use a firm brush, I use the soft brush so I don't irritate my gum line. And try and brush at least twice a day, and try and not eat late. And after you brush, take a sip of our Johnston Silver, swish, and then swallow. And that tends to be a very good antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal mechanism. All right, Talon. So here's Daddy, the new father again, is saying, "We love you, Grandma, Devin, Desmond, August, and now little baby Cruz." And so we thank you for that. All right, Pierre goes and says, Dr. McCullough's newsletter today has a long, long story on an incredibly horrible parasite. Help, how do we kill it? Well, I'd have to see which parasite he's talking about on his newsletter, Pierre. But again, the people who are eating a diet that is low in sugar, starch, carbohydrate, fruit sugars, who are eating in a restricted window of time so their stomach is empty 18 hours a day, every day, and who are using digestive enzymes, and who are trying to use maybe some basic good multi-mineral antioxidant. We use the Juice Plus here, and our multi-mineral is TLC multi-mins with the good zinc, and that are using our Johnston Silver if there's any concern, and then we can do a complete digestive stool analysis that is a very excellent, very, very detailed look at your digestive system. This is probably the best way to address it, Perry. And then I would have to look at Mercola's newsletter. Maybe I'll do that. I'll make myself a note so that Monday newsletter of Mercola today. All right. Thank you for that. All right. Robert Pinsky. When Napoleon died, they did an autopsy on him. They took every bone apart. Is that cute? When Napoleon Bonaparte died, they did an autopsy on him and they took every bone apart. That is so cute, Robert. I have one for you. Last night I had a dream, and I dreamt I was a muffler. And when I woke up in the morning, I was exhausted. So there you go, Robert. Here's a man joke for you. And then Robert goes on to ask, after following all the TLC protocols, what is your opinion on using GLP-1? I heard they are beneficial, GLP-1. My understanding of those are that they are to help with most of the metabolic syndrome, blood sugar, insulin resistance, and so I'm in favor of it. I'm not going to tell you right off the top of my head, Robert. I'm going to have to see what you mean by GLP-1. If I have it wrong already, please type in if I'm going off stream. But these are supplements and medications that are designed to help with the uh, blood sugar management in the human body. Let's see, he added, after following all, yeah, no, I don't think he added another statement on that. So yeah, I'm in favor of them. Yeah, so insulin is a hormone that is secreted by your pancreas after you eat any starch, complex or refined, any fruit, any sugars, anything like that, sweet. Even there are now studies coming out about these sweeteners like stevia and monk fruit, and just the taste of sweet on your tongue, even if it isn't a technical sugar, stimulates a reaction in your body brain system, much like salivating when you get the signal of food. And that signal alone of that sweetness will cause some insulin even being secreted, thinking you will be receiving real starch carbohydrates. So the idea that insulin, its job is to help assist sugar to get into the cell to be burnt for your daily activity needs. But in general, we all eat way too many starchy carbs. So the insulin then is produced in excess in general, and we also have too much of a resting basal insulin, and that's always promoting growth and thickening of your blood vessels, and promoting tumor growth if you have polyps or stuff like that. This is also why you have skin tags. If you have lots of skin tags, those are also the result of metabolic syndrome, hyperinsulinemia. So we like to do anything and everything we can to try and control our carbs here in the United States, where we, for the most part, have had way too many food access carbohydrates everywhere we go, from the gas station to the school hallway dispensing machines. It's just too available. And we have behaviorally taught ourselves that we have to constantly nibble and eat. Now, one of the things that we're not doing on the reverse side is the more we drive, the more we automatize our lives, the more we can be sitting at a computer all the time, the more we become muscle mass wasted. In other words, our muscles start to fade. And therefore, one of the other things that is probably better than these sugar burning, amplifying the system to help you burn up your sugar, is to exercise with weights. Weights help build up your muscle mass, your squats, your bench presses, your leg presses. Your big muscles will then get bigger, and they will help themselves to be even more effective than these prescription medicines or these supplements. One of our supplements that we use and has been beneficial, but we do bring up the importance on every visit with our patients. Every time we see you, we go through a litany of things that are healthy lifestyles, one of which is, what is your exercise? What are you doing? Many people are at least walking, and I'm glad that you're doing it, but we are all losing muscle mass with age, and you have to work on this and incorporate some weight resistance into your protocol for helping your blood sugar, reducing your hyperinsulinemia, reducing your blood pressure, improving your mental acuity, because exercise is clearly associated with mood elevation, antidepressant. It is associated with preventing Alzheimer's. It is associated with bone health. It is associated with a healthy metabolism, blood sugar, and on it goes. So we would remind you of all those things as well. So thank you for that question. I hope I have the GLP-1 data correct on that. And I don't see any more questions, so we will go to, again, we are looking at asking our patients to call California State Assembly, your local state representatives, your local Congress women, men, and the governor, because Assembly Bill 2098 was passed in the California legislature, both the House and the Senate portion. And this puts like a gag order on physicians from having a second opinion or questions or concerns about what is considered consensus medicine. If the CDC gives a guideline, then the doctor has a question about those guidelines, then California State Board can take the license of that physician away for not following the consensus. And so this would be very detrimental for a very inquisitive, questioning, second guessing everything, because that's what science is to test the hypothesis and relook at things. So we would ask you to please get in contact and let them know how you feel about Assembly Bill 2098, putting a gag, you might say, on physicians from trying to speak their mind and present their concerns about any considered standard of care or consensus medicine edicts that are being promoted. Otherwise, they will lose their ability to practice. So we would hope that you would let them know what you think about it. Of course, I know what I think. I'm not telling you what to say, but I believe that if you're in favor of that, then you can relax, because if Newsom doesn't sign it, my understanding is California state law is that it'll automatically become law 30 days after the legislature in the California House has passed it. And that, I think, will be on the 2nd of October. So we have a few weeks to try and let Newsom know how you feel about it, whether pro or con. And your call and your letters and your concerns really do matter. So that's one thing important for good healthcare, to maintain our inquisitive mind, our questioning mind, and to preserve the patient-doctor privacy and decision-making as well. The other thing would be that we could bring up while we wait, if there's going to be any more questions, is to see if you've been watching. We've seen some more notable countries, like Denmark has banned the injections of the mRNA for the coronavirus. They have banned it in their country, and they will not allow it unless you're over the age of 50 and you have some real need for it. So you can see how I would have a question when I'm seeing many other countries starting to ban it. We have so many athletes that are now, I think the number is approaching, if I am correct, we have over 1,000 athletes that have passed away from the last year, and one would be concerned whether or not they had been exposed to something like that. And then, of course, I have had in my own practice teenage boys with a myocarditis and a college young man with a stroke. So I do have serious questions about this. So informed consent is where the physician is feeling that they are enabled with enough data to be able to advise their patient with a clear conscience. I don't have a clear conscience to be able to give informed consent on these things with all of these, as I gave examples. And so what else do we have in question time? I want to say, let's see. Looks like there's no more questions coming in. So Monday night at 6 o'clock, we will have the hour long. I want to remind you to, if you like and get value from these times where you can type in and ask questions, please hit the like and subscribe button. Share this with your family and friends. Also in the bottom, there is the where you can type in a question, and we will all look together to see if we can find answers on that. We do this live, so I'm just taking this from my 40 years of experience, trying to be a source for everyone to be helped with that. So it looks like, my friends, my dear TLC Health Freedom Tribe, that the questions have stopped for this morning's event. And we will just go ahead and bring it to an end. And then we will go forward on Monday, next Monday, 6 o'clock, and email in your questions and or be live with us at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on every Monday night, and Fridays at 9:30 in the morning with your questions. All right, God bless and have a good day. Bye-bye.